Viewer discretion is advised. In this video, we delve into 3 chilling cases of women who mysteriously vanished without a trace. Each story is filled with unsettling details and unanswered questions, leaving behind a legacy of heartbreak and confusion. Dorothy Jane Scott, a 32-year-old single mother from Stanton, California, disappeared under mysterious circumstances on May 28, 1980. Dorothy lived with her aunt and her 4-year-old son and worked as a secretary in Anaheim. In the months leading up to her disappearance, Dorothy received a series of disturbing anonymous phone calls at home and at work, where the caller alternated between expressing love for her and threatening her life, leaving her deeply unsettled. On the evening of her disappearance, Dorothy attended a staff meeting at work. During the meeting, she noticed that her coworker, Conrad Bostron, seemed unwell and had a red mark on his arm. Concerned for his health, Dorothy and another coworker took Conrad to the emergency room at UC Irvine Medical Center. After Conrad was treated for a black widow spider bite, Dorothy and Pam waited with him at the hospital. Around 11 p.m., Dorothy went to the parking lot to bring her car around, while Pam and Conrad filled a prescription. When Dorothy didn't return, Pam and Conrad went outside and discovered that her car, a white 1973 Toyota station wagon, was gone. Hours later, the car was found burning in an alley about 10 miles away, but there was no sign of Dorothy. Over the next several years, Dorothy's mother, Vera Scott, received a series of taunting phone calls from a man who claimed to have Dorothy. Despite investigations and media attention, the identity of the caller and the whereabouts of Dorothy remained unknown. Tragically, on August 6, 1984, partial skeletal remains were found in Anaheim Hills and were positively identified as Dorothy's through dental records. However, the circumstances of her disappearance and death remain unresolved, leaving her family without closure. Heather Teague, a 23-year-old woman from Madisonville, Kentucky, disappeared under alarming and mysterious circumstances on August 26, 1995, while sunbathing on a remote beach along the Ohio River in Spotsville, Kentucky. Heather was known for her vibrant personality and love of the outdoors. On that fateful day, she decided to spend a quiet afternoon at Newburgh Beach, a secluded area known for its tranquility. While Heather was sunbathing, a witness named Tim Walthall, who was across the river in Newburgh, Indiana, noticed something unusual through his telescope. He saw a man with long hair and a beard, later identified as a wig, approach Heather. The man forcibly dragged her into the nearby woods at gunpoint. Disturbed by what he had seen, Walthall immediately contacted the police. Law enforcement responded quickly, but by the time they arrived at the scene, there was no sign of Heather or her abductor. They found Heather's car parked nearby with her personal belongings, including her towel and sunscreen, left behind on the beach. A thorough search of the area was conducted, but no significant clues were uncovered. The investigation into Heather's disappearance quickly focused on potential suspects. One key suspect was Marvin Ray "Marty" Dill, a local man with a criminal record who matched the description given by the witness. Dill became a person of interest after it was discovered that he owned a vehicle similar to the one seen near the abduction site. When police attempted to question Dill at his home, he reportedly shot himself, adding a tragic twist to the case and leaving many questions unanswered. Despite numerous leads and suspects over the years, Heather Teague's whereabouts remain unknown. The case has drawn significant media attention and continues to haunt the local community. Heather's family and friends continue to hope for answers and closure, but her disappearance remains one of Kentucky's most baffling and tragic unsolved mysteries. Amy Lynn Bradley, a vibrant 23-year-old woman from Virginia, disappeared under mysterious and disturbing circumstances on March 24, 1998, while on a vacation with her family aboard the Royal Caribbean cruise ship Rhapsody of the Seas. The Bradley family was enjoying a Caribbean cruise which had departed from Puerto Rico and included stops in several exotic locations. On the evening of March 23rd, Amy and her brother Brad spent time at the ship's nightclub, enjoying the music and dancing. They socialized with members of the ship's band, Blue Orchid, and other passengers. At around 5:30 a.m. on March 24th, Amy's father, Ron Bradley, saw her asleep on the balcony of their cabin. However, when he checked again around 6 a.m., Amy was no longer there. Her cigarettes and lighter, which she would have taken if she had left voluntarily, were still in the room, indicating she hadn't planned to leave for long. As time passed, panic set in. They notified the ship's crew, who conducted a search of the vessel but found no sign of Amy. The ship docked in Curacao later that morning, and despite extensive searches of both the ship and the port area by local authorities and the Bradley family, no evidence of Amy's whereabouts emerged. The case took a dark turn when unconfirmed sightings of Amy began to emerge over the years. Tourists reported seeing a woman matching Amy's description in Curacao, often in situations suggesting she was being held against her will. In 1999, a Canadian tourist claimed to have seen Amy in a Curacao brothel, where she allegedly told him her name and asked for help, saying she was being held captive. Despite these accounts, none have been verified, and the leads have not resulted in finding Amy. The numerous unconfirmed sightings and the mysterious circumstances of her vanishing have led to widespread speculation and concern about her fate, leaving her family with enduring heartache and unanswered questions. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more eerie tales of mysterious disappearances, unsolved murders, intriguing Reddit stories, and much more.